Welcome to St. Kitts Music Festival. This is an invitation from Sugar Mass 55, where it's going to be the ultimate vibe.
Yes, so that means I should have mentioned it because you probably didn't know about it.
No, I like it. I like it.
What I want to do is make
suppose they got like same equivalent and I'm like trying to send
you know, that's what I said. Like,
just pass the challenge and it has the same equivalent of that. Like I work too, I mean.
No. And just a reminder, and they mentioned chalice tonight, but it's all smoking. So we have laws that says public smoking.
Yeah.
It's probably take it so.
Yeah, just trying to sneak in the chalice.
Yeah, so and like I said, 5 cannabis and a light up to make sure that you're able to light up. We're asking our public and persons who are smoking not to go in the crowd. But the new person here, why? Because the persons who have mental illnesses, like asthmatic, and over the years we have had persons who have fallen down and have taken to the medical bay and to the hospital. So we don't want. We want everybody to have a free, nice, enjoyable time. So we give you a space smoke, you come up and get done. And you go. Yes. And vaping, even the tobacco cigarette, you cannot smoke it. Must be, yeah, you must be in the area.
Partially.
Yeah, man, everything. Yeah, everything. Yeah. So, and like I said, we enjoy ourselves and we don't want to show nobody at the festival. We want everybody to enjoy from beginning to end and make my work a little easier. Alright? Thank you for that one.
Revolutionary policy started about 3 years ago, and we do it every year. So, because our job is to encourage and bring everybody together. We're not separated. Okay, I'm going to go all the way to my far. This is right or left? And that's all right? Oh, okay. Just wanted to make sure that you were paying attention. All right. And so we're going to give you an opportunity to introduce yourself and sound off a little bit of what we're going to expect tonight from you.
Yeah, man, greetings. Love and honor to everybody. Give thanks. I'm a bit late, but I was enjoying the festivities, Yeah, we got the St. Kitts Music Festival every time last night. It was amazing. But my name is Joe, and I've been doing music for a while now. This is my first time on the St. Kitts Music Festival. I'm completely honored. I do hip-hop/R&B. Tonight gonna be a different type of vibe. I feel like I've been a whole different flavor to, the entire night. So, yeah, just look out for the great performance. Yeah, man, but we've been through a lot. So I ain't giving up on this. I'm sorry I'm drunk right now. Texting your phone all tight, so we both know I got a new chick. But if you're green like that in the office, I miss it. So we told that me to you forfeit, climax together, that's priceless. Remember you were my vice grip. Can't let you go, you the tightest. Drunk texting and swerving. Please baby don't curve me. I know you ain't lonely. It's 3 a.m. in the morning. I'm on my way and I'm zoning. Yeah, my big St. Kitts, I mean, disrespect.
Okay, thank you, Sue. Listen, so we're getting ready to get questions from the media. While guys, line up at the microphone on my, what's this one? My left, right? Okay, good. For folks who are listening, where to purchase your tickets other than online. Of course, there's Hosford's Value Mart, both in St. Kitts and Nevis. The Cable in St. Kitts, Caribbean Lottery here in St. Kitts. The St. Kitts Music Festival store, which is downstairs the Pelican Mall, down in Bastia, and of course Tony's Liquor Center as well. Get your tickets early, and don't forget that Fetland will also be opening tonight as usual at 6 o'clock, and there will be entertainment during the changeover. So, that's where you can get all the delicacies, all the drinks, including carrot, which is the official beer of the St. Kitts Music Festival. I think Emo is at the mic, so we'll get ready for her question.
Good morning,
like She's Royal, Give Me Little One Job, and Love Contagious have become timeless. Do you ever get tired of performing these classics?
Good morning. So I'm going to start with the last one first.
Yes.
Do I ever get tired of performing the classics? No. And it's good to have classics. How many people have classics? That's a big deal. Clap for classics, everybody. Clap for classics. We go in the studio to make a song to make it classic. And without people's support and love, it couldn't be classic. So these are things that we celebrate. So I don't get bored in performing with classics. What I try to do, and what me and my band and team try to do, is try to find interesting ways to keep the classics classical and fresh. That when you hear them, you keep them in your heart. I don't get bored of performing classic. No, I love classics. And the first one was.
Your music has always blended conscious message with romance. How do you strike that balance while staying true to yourself?
But I'm true to myself. But the romance part, I can't give no big romance talk. And the conscious talk is probably just teachings of listening to elders talk. And in Jamaica, we don't travel, we're brought up properly. So we kind of, use it's culture. It's like, a lot of it's not just family, but it's family of parents and surroundings and things we read and learn. And then we stay true to ourselves. And the next thing I always try to remember is like, I want my music for everybody. So I don't ever want to be a song like the kids in my fit leave the room because, So maybe like if a romance, but I can't leave a romance dark. Let's try,
Is there any new music coming up?
Absolutely. All of my music. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, do we have anybody else? Okay, so ACP has some additional information for us. We'll use the opportunity to bring that to you now.
Okay, I've just been informed of something that I made aware last night, that we had some challenges security-wise in reference to crowd control. Alright, and the rain fell, and people in St. Kitts, they took to run from rain and to run from a bunch. Honestly. So people run and they crowded the gates, and there were some challenges. Of course, we got our beautiful ladies don't want to get away from their homes and their nice heroes. So, as one and persons would have called some concerns, but I just want to reassure the public that those concerns were heard, they will be addressed, and tonight will be a better experience as it relates to crowd control. Like we said, we have enough police officers and private security, just need to channel them where it's necessary, and that would happen tonight. I guarantee that. Thank you very much.
All right, and definitely to piggyback on what ACP Tarrus Rogers just said, we appreciate the feedback because this only helps us to improve on what we do in the future. So thank you guys for sharing your concerns with us. These will be reviewed, of course, so that we can enhance what we do starting from tonight, because we know tonight is a very special night at the St. Kitts Music Festival as well. Do we have any other questions? All right. All right. So, but I have a question for Tarrus. What is your experience working and touring with one of our homegrown sound engineers, Mr. Isaac Bailey?
Isaac Bailey is not a part of my touring entourage.
No?
No, sorry.
Then and Harley.
It was with Dana Marley. I know him.
Okay.
Doesn't tour with me.
All right. Well,
He's nice. He's cool. He's
I look like
professional.
I look like you.
Yeah. Okay, so.
Yes.
Well, I'm musical family, but it doesn't mean mine. Engineer Roman and Marshall. You know, Shane Brown, we have different engineers.
Okay.
But in Jamaica, also many one we have family stuff. And you know, Caribbean family celebrate, but it's not mature like that.
Got you. Appreciate that. And thanks for that.
I feel no way. Any other questions? I mean, we're here to answer questions. We wake up out of our left to answer questions, you know. So you can talk to me. You say, and Dion is here, you can talk to him, and I'm sure Mr. Man, you got yourself at first meeting. We have things to say, you know. So, I mean, I think we should use the time wisely. Here's a microphone, be nice, and let's answer some questions. Live in the room. No?
Okay.
All right, going once. Going twice. So,
We do have a question.
okay, I mean, what's step up to the plate?
Hi, good morning. I'm
Morning.
representing a media house, but my question is directed to Yanni. I would like to know how has his production over the years and his journey molded his motivation to continue pushing his music?
Sure.
How has your journey over the years influenced your push for your music?
Okay, thank you for that question. Firstly, I'm inspired by the legends, Beres Hammond, the disclosure and Dennis Brown. This is one of the motivations that motivators for me as a musician to strive for excellence, not only as an artist, as a writer, as a producer, as a performing artist as well. Along the journey, and also be myself in the space, creating my own identity. Crafting myself, creating my own soul, crafting my own brand itself. So with that being said, I just look forward to a new day of making music, a new day of expressing myself, a new day of just getting creative in the space of Jamaican dance, rhythm music, and Caribbean music. And with that being said, I just give thanks for the offerings and the response we have been getting from the music, and give thanks to you as well.
Follow-up question. What would you say to our local artists here who may be facing maybe some discouragement?
It's a marathon. It's a journey, keep trying. At the end of the day, it's your journey. Appreciate your journey and keep stepping forward, because what is for you will always be for you. It can never be unfair. We're going to understand that, so yeah.
Thank you.
Good questions. Thank you very much. All right. Mr. Montserrat is in the house.
Mark, good morning. Morning, everybody. Actually, I had a question for the commissioner, if I can give you attention. Commissioner. Assistant. Still commissioner. Even if it's assistant, it's
Yes.
commissioner.
Yes.
You know? My question, right, but then you answered it. So it's showing everybody. You got the question right here.
Okay.
You know, but I'll still ask, and then I'll ask Mark something. So this is what I had. I just want to say, I'm enjoying the festival so far. Of course, Friday night, Soca Night is one for the record books. And I think that everybody would say that Friday night was exceptional. You know, I've never seen so many people at Soca Night. And last night was for the younger crowd. You know, it's a pity that Stephen Balls had to come on so early. You know, Commissioner, so this was going to be my question, which I think you answered, but maybe you can elaborate a little bit. What can be done? Maybe not for this year, but next year when with the long lines, long waits at the gates, you know, it can become tedious and sometimes frustrating. So that for you, just to elaborate a little bit, and then I've got something quickly for Mark.
Okay, thank you, sir. I've been pleading to all people to attend the show early. That would help, because other than increasing in the manpower, the space doesn't get any bigger.
But Commissioner, if everybody comes early, it's the same thing.
Yeah, no, yeah.
If if you tell everybody, come at 6 o'clock, and when you look at 6 o'clock, 5,000 people, it's the same thing, isn't it?
Yes, okay, and that's good. But we have time to search you, run through the security procedures, and allow you in without the rush that an artist is now on stage. And then you're behind here, frustrated. The security itself is frustrated because they're crowded with people over them and they want to get in. Because we always encourage our security to be speed up the process, but when it comes to safety and security, we don't want to overload, because our intention at gates are to make people safe. Weapons, anything, and paraphernalia, etc., that does not go in, and that would take time. So I would say, like I said, the space is not going to get any bigger, and during our committee meeting at one time, I heard one of our members said that we are outgrowing one back. I remember at Fort Thomas Hotel, we said we had outgrown Fort Thomas, and there was a lot of people. We went to Cape Collins Stadium, and we said we outgrew that area. Now, Water Park, which is bigger by far, it's testament that this festival is forever growing. And maybe I told the person, for a little fun, they asked me, Travis, what can we do? I said, we have to reclaim land from the sea. That's been what we want, right? But back to your question, come early, give us time to follow the security procedures, scan you, screen you, that's correct, Alec. And yes, you get in on time. So I think I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, thank you. Now, Mark, I don't know if you can answer this question. Now, for example, last night it was advertised, shows going to be at 7, started at 8. We know that there are things that can happen to push back and pull back, and everybody tries to see, to meet at the same point. Now, you try to tighten up as well. I find that the band changes take too long. And so again, you become very frustrated. You're there's nothing to keep you, and I don't know what they can do in between. I know on Friday night they have another stage where you use your local people. But last night, for example, was very boring in between the change. For me, yeah, it was too much. No, I'm speaking from history now. You said it's right? That's why these people come. Right? I'm saying to you what I felt. And I'm saying there's a lot of people, a lot of patrons who feel the same way. The band changes are just too long. Right? And we need to tighten up. You know what I mean? Say it again?
Band changes can be long, that's true, but the second stage was lively last night.
Not like Friday night. Friday night was the next. Friday night was the night. Not last night. I mean, okay, you know what I'm saying?
Alright, so
anyway,
go ahead, I'm sorry.
So I'm saying, I don't know if you guys can work on that. And again, when you announce the artists or the time for the shows, because people come to see those shows. One more thing, sometimes you have international artists who come, who are well known, and they're not in, like, let's say, the middle of the show. Right? I find that you need to spread them out so you can keep some of the patrons there. And, not everybody can come early. That's my thoughts.
I certainly understand. But for me personally, I'm not part of the organizing committee. But for what I say, after 28 years, for me, the St. Kitts Music Festival has now become an event. I don't care who comes in to perform. I will be there because I want to be at the event. No. That doesn't take away from the fact that some folks have their favorite acts and their favorite artists who they want to see, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that at all. That's the reason why when the acts are announced, I mean, it's a big deal here in St. Kitts and around the Caribbean and the diaspora as well. But for me, as I said, after 28 years, it's an event. I don't care where you're performing, what number you are, I will be there. All right, and ACP, someone just sent me a question. I don't know. I'm gonna get myself in trouble asking people's questions. But I'll ask the question. What they want to know is, of course, parking is restricted on the western side of 4th Street normally. Is that the same case during the music festival, where you only park on the right-hand side, going up, yes?
Yes, we have announced that no parking on the western side, but we'll be tolerating it because we recognize that space is limited. But what we're urging persons not to do is park close to the top of Full Street, where you infringe their closing and the traffic lights. Because persons are going all the way up and make it a narrow position. So we're just asking that, yes, you can park, but obey the 50 in the common rules. All right, thank you.
I understand. Garlic, I know that you're a busy guy, you have a busy schedule. Can you give us an update on some of the upcoming events for you? I know Nevis has 2 major festivals coming up in the next couple of months.
Well, good morning once again. After this encounter, we have the Mango Fest that we'll be debuting. I think that's going to be amazing. And then hopefully we'll be actually going to St. John's, Canada. So that's what we have on our roster. We have a few in our celebrations of birthdays, people anniversaries, stuff like that. So that's what we have on the roster for now. But right now, I'm really focused for tonight.
What's the date for the Mango Fest?
We'll be performing on the 5th, but I think it starts on the 2nd.
Okay, so that's this Sunday, the main event.
Yes,
All right,
exactly.
so folks, if you came to the music festival, you can also stay for Mango Festival as well. Any other questions before we wrap today? All right, we got another question coming up.
Good morning to everybody. Precious Wells, I will be as an artist attached to the music festival. But
Hold on 1 second. Agent, can you give me some more mic? Because we're not hearing on the stage.
So good morning everybody. My name is Precious Wells. I'm a liaison officer attached to the music festival. But I'm also a local reporter. I have 2 questions for everybody. The first one, what's in a name? Some artists choose to go by a stage name. Some persons choose to go by the name that's on their birth certificate. Tell us about your choice in terms of the name that you choose as your craft representation. Second question, Zoo, you said that you were retired because you went to the music festival last night. Well, it was on this morning. Give us your impression on the Nevis Music Festival. It's your first time, but give us your impression in terms of how you have seen the festival over the years and you're now taking to the big stage.
If that's the question. I've been going to the music festival since a kid, actually. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say that, but I used to sneak in the music festival because I love music so much. I remember the first music festival I went to was DMX. He came that year. I think that was the only time. I mean, if I'm allowed to say it, he got locked up, right? Because you're not supposed to be using profanities. But so said, so done. It was amazing, and I was just so inspirational. Like the crowd, everything was just, you know what I mean, like amazing. And like since that, I just been going to the music festival year in, year out. I love this festival because it's a diverse, you know, sound, music, like event on a whole, you check. So like I love this festival. And exactly, it's like saying it's music festival. It's like country, so it's like, you know what I mean? Like this is just love all day, every day. But the Nevis Music Festival, it's been great. Everyone has been dealing with me like professionally, like communication wise, everything's been amazing. And I think this is one of the festivals, the premier festival of the Caribbean, if I'm not mistaken. And I think every artist would be, you know, honored to be on this stage right now, as I am. So, with that said, tonight gonna be amazing, and shout out to everybody, all the artists that I see right now, putting in that work and getting prepared for tonight. For me now, when it comes to my name is actually Tazu, so that's T-A-Z-U. And one time I went to Canada years back, and my Virgin Young, he was like, yo, Zoo. And I was like, yo, I think I'm gonna keep that name for my artist thing, because it's still me. You check in like a whole different type of vibe. It's just cutting my name in half and calling it Zoo. So yeah, that's how I get my name, and I stuck with it, and I think it's different, and yeah, love.
Anybody else want to take on the?
Yes.
That's what I was just about to ask.
Yeah, so my name came from my mother. So it means sincerity behind it. That's her middle name, so that's where I got the name from. Very inspired by my mother, so that's why it was created, that's what it is. Yeah, so yeah, not more about this.
Yeah, man, you come from my mother too. Yeah, but you know, he's a Tarrus, and then you know, so he's a Tarrus. But the interesting thing, she gave me the name and then we start checking certain things, and we have shower, we have butcher, kid, and I said, Tarrus so dope, man. You know, and at that time, those were the musical idols, and you know, look up to, you know, when you got rough name like Mufasa. And you say, that man Tarrus, something I get it. But you know, you sing and say, okay, it's Tarrus Riley. So my name, my name I take out the statistical detail by name and take out the U. So it's Tarrus, Tarrus. Yeah, you got arms in.
Okay, now, for those of you who are getting to know me, you will hear the name garlic. Now, the first thing you're thinking is the herb. It's the forest thing from the herb. The pronunciation sounds the same, but my name represents being a Roman soldier. Now, let me go more deeper. Today, you have musicians who are using computers, standards, you name it, the more modern stuff, or even for the entertainers. But for me, I want to keep it very much organic, where I am a Roman soldier. So you find that the first part that says God is representing me with a shield. And the second part with the lick, meaning for retaliation. So you have God, lick. So I'm a Roman soldier. I'm the old school, not the new school. So that's how the name came about. And that has outgrown my Christian name. I mean, if you were to go around any place and say, hey, Calvor, or hey, Lee, everybody will ask you, who are you talking about? But as soon as you say garlic, everybody knows. So that's how my name came about and what you represent. Thank you.
All right, so we got another question at the podium.
Thank you so much. Greetings, everyone. This is PARTYAAD. You're an upcoming artist that's associated with XTM label in Jamaica. Now, many of us know that it is associated with Exterminator because Artiste is an adopted son of the soil here in St. Kitts. Those of us who know him or knew him. You know, young Kareem is here with you this time. What does it mean to be aligned with that label that has so much history behind it? You know, Tarrus Riley, Beres Hammond, and Luciano have been associated with Exterminator and Artiste for many, many years, probably from the beginning, including Sizzler, Colange, my favorite. And what does it mean to you to be associated with such a heavy label that carries so much history in music?
Thank you for your question. I'm inspired and I aspire to be like the legend of XTM. Kareem and I created a good relationship, an excellent relationship. Not just as great, but as musicians as well. Not only to carry on the legacy of his father, but also to carry on the legacy of Jamaica and Caribbean music, reggae music, to be exact. We've been doing an amazing job, I think, so far. Not to put my own self on the shoulder, but you know, for me to extend the team and the legend before us and the teachers that have taught us, not necessarily in person, but through music as well. And with that being said, yeah, we've just been working diligently, creatively, and honestly, to create our own lane, create our own sound, create our
one of the leading voices of modern reggae. Where do you see the genre heading over the next decade, and what role do you hope to play in shaping its future?
Where do I see the last part?
Where do you see the genre heading in the next decade, and what role do you hope to play in shaping its future?
All right. Good question. The genre doesn't have any bones, you know. It's just what we indigenous people doing with the music. Because only people all over the world using the genre. Reggae music is a big thing because our forefathers set the trend a long time and the world know about reggae. So you see what's going on now, you also know what's going to happen in the future. Things as if they're getting digital, people mixing sounds, and everybody doing their little part of reggae. What I think would be interesting and cool is if we, Caribbean people and we Jamaican people, who make reggae, do more reggae and participate so that when the world is dealing with it, we're a part of the conversation. Because here yesterday you say I'm a leading voice. I don't look at myself like a leading voice. I'm one of the voices leading the genre, you know what I mean? Like a transfer compliment. But no one knows the future, man. We just know that reggae is a big deal and everyone's a part of it. And we need to make sure that we keep it alive. So that's what I would want to see for the next decade and decades to come. More youth time doing, authentic reggae with the new thing going on. Authentic dancehall with the new thing going on. Just keeping the culture alive. That is what I would like to see. The best way that we can say right now. Respect.
Good morning, Esther from News TV. My question, I have let me make a compliment first. I want to compliment you on your sustainable efforts at the St. Kitts Music Festival. I realize that you guys are using reusable plastic, which is better than paper and throwing it in the landfill. So congratulations on your environmental and sustainability efforts. The St. Kitts Music Festival has become one of the Caribbean's premier music events. And beyond the incredible performances, what is your vision for ensuring that every visitor that comes to the music festival leaves not just with a good time, but returns back to St. Kitts as cultural ambassadors and people that know about your traditions and cultures? How are you bringing that to the St. Kitts Music Festival?
All right, we want to thank our PS for joining us, and of course she'll answer that question as well.
Good morning, everybody. Firstly, I apologize for being late. I think you all could pardon me this morning, as I had been in several meetings to ensure that there is a smooth flow this evening, and so I just wanted to address that. I listened to some of the questions and I've heard some of the concerns from last night's event. And certainly some things are beyond our control. At times on paper, the show looks perfect. And then there are challenges that we're confronted with that sometimes, just becomes insurmountable sometimes, but we tried our best. So to our patrons, I wanted to apologize for the experience. I think Thursday night would have set the tone for what the St. Kitts Music Festival delivers as it relates to quality. The changeovers were smooth. As a matter of fact, I think that might have been one of the first nights in the history of the festival that so many people were in the festival at the very end. I don't even think people believed that the festival ended on Thursday. And so Friday night was an anomaly, and I can ensure that this evening, based on our meetings this morning, will not be the case. My friend, thank you very much for highlighting our sustainability efforts. We partnered with the Ministry of Environment. As many of you would know or may not know, our government has embarked on a sustainable island state agenda, and that involves several components. In December 2025, we officially banned single-use plastics, and that's a great step in the right direction for our small island state of St. Kitts and Nevis to ensure that we're playing our part as it relates to sustainability in the environment. And so the Ministry of Environment has strategically placed bins all around the event to sort of encourage our patrons. If you believe that if you see it, then you do what's right. Put your plastics and reusables in the bins located all around the venue. And so even our vendors, they're utilizing the biodegradable food items, etc. And that's because we want to continue to play our part. Just so I can recap your actual question, you asked about the vision of the music festival. Just remind me.
I'm a little biased because I love St. Kitts, so I know that it's been running for more than 28 years, and I know that you guys tend to bring a lot of cultural and tradition factors with the St. Kitts Music Festival. My question has to do with this year. What are you doing to tie the music festival into the tourists that are coming here, and when they leave, what will they learn about St. Kitts besides it's sweet?
St. Kitts is indeed sweet. Thank you for that. I think this question may have come in a different form over the last 2 days. And so the St. Kitts Music Festival, it's not an isolated event. It's not just about entertainment. If you pay close attention to our marketing, the history of our culture, our people, is tied directly with the marketing of the St. Kitts Music Festival. And so our intention, whilst it is really to have an amazing show, really and truly we want people to appreciate who we are as a people here in St. Kitts. We want you to connect with us because we believe that that will be a driving factor that brings you back to our destination. And so we continue our efforts. We continue to utilize various means. So many of our local influencers have been brought on board this year to promote us as petitions whilst promoting the St. Kitts Music Festival. And so, as I said yesterday, I think it was, we've never stood still here at the St. Kitts Music Festival. It is a reason why we have continued to exist for 28 years. And so we will continue to incorporate whatever it is we believe will be necessary to carry on the message of who we are as a petition and a vision people. So stay tuned and keep coming.
Thank you. P.S. Any other questions?
Good morning. I don't really have a question. I'd just like to commend the organizers of the music festival for the quality of the sound. I'm very much impressed with the quality of the sound, and just a suggestion going forward. We can't control the rain, the weather, but I've been to shows where the organizers / promoters, they'll put up at least 3-4 tents without chairs or anything, that when it rains, at least a few people can go on in the tents. You know, I mean, 4,000 or 5,000 people can't hold on to 3-4 tents, but just a suggestion going forward that you put a few tents up, so whenever it rains, the people have a place to go and shelter. But once again, thanks. The quality of the sound last night, night before, great. Keep it up.
It's so refreshing when people highlight the good. I love that. Thank you. Yes, and I too was very impressed last night. Even when we look at the graphics on the stage, it is world class. And so our partners at and Rocket and all of them, they ensure that we deliver the quality that you've been able to experience over the last 2 days. we take note of the suggestion. I think on my way here, may have been ACP Rogers who said that we've outgrown our space, and perhaps it's so many little things for us to consider, or we can roll with the punches and turn the festival into a wet Stay in the rain and enjoy your favorite artists. Don't worry about the hair, don't worry about the makeup ladies, but we take note of the suggestion, and it is one of the reasons why we continue to make the stadium available as well for access in the event that rain comes or whatever the case may be. But yeah, if my favorite artist is on the stage when rain coming, rest assured, I'm gonna be there, front and center, and it's gonna be a wet fit for me. Alright?
All right, thanks, Kenny, for that question. Appreciate it.
It seems like no I come questions coming. Is I bring the questions?
Good morning, everybody. Understand so much times. My question, of course, is for the male artists, primarily Diani and Tarrus, but the others willing to contribute, feel free. We in the region right now, we have incidences of high violence, very violent crimes being committed by men against men, but by men also against women. We've seen in some islands children being killed, women being killed. When it comes to being an artist, being a male figure, being a leader, Tarrus, your music, heavy emphasis on love and peace and gratitude. Diani, you say more often enough about intimate relations between men and women, romance, love. What message can you give to young men struggling to process their emotions, and can you suggest alternative outlets for that kind of inner conflict?
First and foremost, I think young men nowadays, they should internalize more and realize that violence against women is never an answer. I always say that repeatedly. Our enemies, they are definitely the peace bearers. Some men can be difficult, but regardless, they should never hit. But self-analyzing and understanding yourself is always essential. I think as a young man growing up, I've seen violence against women. I've experienced it many times. Not the best experience for me. And I'm 100% against it. And that's really what I have to say.
Yeah. We're 100,000% against it. We sing about it. I have a song named Start Anyway. Maybe you know what that song is. If you beat him, I want to touch your closer. I want to get to the root of why we're so violent in relationships. We want to really check out why everybody's so angry with everybody and it can't be cool. So, man and woman supposed to complement each other. So if no one beat no woman, I don't fight a woman. And we don't want to beat a woman too, but that's not what you're talking about. Number one, why we're so violent in relationships? Why we have, violent is like the last part, but we can't get to the reasoning and the talking, and that's what we need to get to the root of it. And like you said, maybe that take a lot of self-searching. So maybe you need to be strong within yourself before you get in a relationship, so you don't pile on things, Work by yourself before you can work with something. It's not easy to deal with people. And again, we're not condoning any kind of thing, we're just living life in reality. That sometimes people come into a relationship with all type of things. So he's being violent with his partner, but they really didn't himself have things to work on. So I want to get to the root of it so you can start.
Thank you. Do you have another question? Okay.
Good morning. Ben from Guardian Media, which is in Trinidad. Two questions, one for PS, one for any artist I would like to answer. To the PS, do you have an idea of how many patrons would have come over the last 2 days and how many do you expect today? And to the artists, 2 days ago we had a conversation with soca artists about the use of AI in the industry. How do you guys feel about AI in your specific genre?
Which one am I talking about?
Yeah, I just feel like times changing, you feel me? And at the end of the day, as an artist, you have to know your role. You know, you have to know your direction, where you want to go, how you see yourself, what message you want to put across, what image you want to put across, how you want to go about everything that you're doing. At the same time, you can't get left behind. So it's a balance. You feel me? When it comes to AI, everybody uses it. But at the end of the day, it's how you use it. As I said, how you want to be represented, how you want to be portrayed. That's all I do. So for me, I don't have anything against it. At the same time, as I say, it's balance. So yeah, balance.
I think AI is just a tool. I have nothing against it because they can replicate a sound, they can replicate soul. Ultimately, we're a musician, we express our soul. And you know, as I said, we can expire and AI can replicate that regardless of what technology you want to use. Music is soul, music is sound, word and power. And AI can replicate that. So it's a tool and you can use it for whatever mechanism you use. But as an artist, we express our soul, and that's ultimately that we're trying to do.
As it relates to the numbers, I don't have the numbers from last night yet, but I can tell you it was historic. Certainly, I mean, you were on the ground, right? And I don't want to speculate or put anything out there until I get the final numbers, but just from being there last night's attendance, I would say it was at least around 10 minimum. Both the main stage and the Fedland were completely filled with patrons. So Thursday night, again, we had historic numbers. It may have been one of our largest opening nights in the history of the festival. And so we're happy to share the numbers as we normally do. I've just not been able to just pull the numbers. That hasn't really been our preoccupation at this time. Certainly, it's just about ensuring that we put on a successful festival. So we'll get those numbers out to the media so that you could help us to spread the word.
All right, guys, so I want to thank you all for coming and tolerating me for the last 3 days, hosting these press conferences. I want to say, if you just came in yesterday or you're coming in today, welcome to St. Kitts and welcome to the St. Kitts Music Festival. 28 years, as I said earlier, it's now become the event and a premier event in the Caribbean. So, welcome again to our final night in the 28th edition of the St. Kitts Music Festival. Thanks to the media, thanks to the folks at the Tourism Authority who ensured that I had the information to present to you. And thanks for all the support team who ensured that this festival is successful or more successful than it has ever been. And it's good to see some familiar faces here again from the media. Thank you guys. I now hand it over to Beres Hammond to wrap for today.
Thank you very much, Mona. I actually thought that was a wrap. Let me just thank you very much, Mona. You have been a staple here at the St. Kitts Music Festival for many, many years. And your work and your dedication has not gone unnoticed at all. And so I really want to thank you very much. It's just like when we have hurricanes and we have the announcers, and that if there's that one person when their voice comes on, it's serious. But when I hear Monarch's voice, we know music festival is happening, and so I truly want to thank you for being part of the team for all of these years. I extend sincerest thank yous to the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force. They have been a call away with everything. Our true partners in hosting this event, and ACP Rogers, along with your team, I just want to truly say thank you very much. Since I won't get the opportunity again in this forum to publicly thank everybody, I want to just say heartfelt thanks to all of the volunteers, the staff at the Ministry of Tourism, the staff at the St. Kitts Tourism Authority, anybody who has contributed to the success of the festival over the last couple of days. I truly want to say how appreciative we are of your continued support. Again, we take note of the bit of challenges we had last night, and I can assure you that the team is currently working. When I leave, I will go back to meet with them to ensure that your experience tonight is much better than last night. But I would like to take this opportunity to encourage everybody to come out early. The gates open at 5 p.m. I think ACP Rogers mentioned this earlier, but come out early and just allow yourself some time to get through the gates and to enjoy all that we have to offer. Even if the show doesn't start until 7 o'clock, you have FetLand happening. So come get your money's worth. I've said this over the last 2 days, and we're looking forward to rocking with you tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing all of these artists here, Zoo, Luciano, Tarrus, Garlic, and we have Fantasia, Boyz II Men, and the legend, Beres Hammond, Luciano on the show tonight. Come on, vibe with us, rock with us, and let's have a good time. Thank you all very, very much to the media. I can't say thank you enough. The transmission of our message over the last couple of days has been exceptional. Every time I open my feed, I'm seeing information, whether it's a press release, a story, photos. We thank you for sharing the great message of the St. Kitts Music Festival. We can't thank you enough for partnering with us. Without you, of course, we wouldn't have the global reach that we have right now. And so thank you all very much. I want to say thank you to Pro Video. You guys are exceptional. I can't believe you made it here before me this morning. You've worked 24/7. Thank you. The streaming has been superb. Thank you very much, AJ. This is a young local talent who has been responsible for the live streaming and coverage here at our press conferences, as well as the videography at the St. Kitts Music Festival for many years, by the way. And I really wanted to shout out AJ on that. So again, thank you all very much, and see you tonight.
Thank you for watching.